I think watching sports is super boring. I didn't really have a problem with thinking watching sports was boring until recently, and I started seeing this kind of notion online from other people who also don't watch sports that are all like, oh, dude, watching sports is the worst thing ever. If you wear another man's jersey on your back, you're gay, like this and that, just stuff that's super insane like that. And this started annoying me because I don't watch sports, but now, because of these people, I'm part of some group that likes to suck themselves off 24/7 for not doing something that, the majority of the US population does. Look at this video here. It says NFL is straight goy slop. Don't need to get too much into goy slop because that's not what this video is about. Look at how much they're hating on just going to the NFL draft.
More than 300,000 people standing outside to listen to the NFL draft. The European mind cannot comprehend this.
Dude, the European mind watches a ton of soccer, so I don't know what that point was.
This is your competition. You want to get a better quality girl? These are the guys you're competing with. You want to start an online business? These are the guys you're competing with.
Dude, what if you have a good quality girl and an online business and also enjoy watching football? I mean, I don't really watch football. I definitely don't have an online business, but watching football doesn't mean that takes away from your actual life, at least that much, maybe a few hours a week, but that's such a minimal amount.
Bro, just start.
They have time to be fans, but they have no time to be players in the game of life.
Wow, crazy quote right there. They have time to be fans, but they don't have time to be players in the game of life. I got goosebumps from that.
They wear other men's names on their backs. They make their wives wear the names of other men instead of making their name. That's why no one will remember.
I gotta make sure I never wear a football jersey ever again, because no one will ever remember me. I think sports are super boring, but when I see stuff like this, it makes me wish I liked sports because now I have to be affiliated with some group that thinks they're the second coming of Jesus just because they don't like sports themselves. And just to make the quick point, the another man's jerseys thing might be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you go to any event where they sell merch and buy it, I don't really want to hear it because that's completely normal to do. I don't own any jerseys myself, but if I was super into it and I was going to games a lot, I see no problem with wearing another man's jersey. And I know that I'm just some nobody on the internet, but to add on to that point, Michael Jordan, his number was 23. And there are people that have worn his jersey a lot since he has the best legacy in basketball of all time. You know who else wears the number 23 because of Michael Jordan? LeBron James. Even, I guess, the GOAT is wearing, the previous GOAT's jersey number. Just because you wear another man's jersey doesn't mean you're sucking them off like these guys are trying to make it sound. All right, let's get into another video about wearing someone's jersey. Just see if there's any good points. This is really making me want to buy a jersey of someone and wear it just to be different. Let's watch this.
Never buy a jersey with another man's name on your back. That's not fandom. That's ritual submission in disguise.
I think that's a huge exaggeration. Ritual submission in disguise. Okay.
You're a walking billboard for another man's legacy and bloodline. That's like standing there smiling while another man makes a move on your wife and you clap and say, wow, he's so talented.
How did this guy come to this analogy? That is like smiling while another man makes a move on your wife. No, it isn't. I don't know how this guy came up with this. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's pathetic. Men with purpose never wear jerseys of other men. If another man's name is the biggest thing on your back, that's not branding. That's your natural position in life behind him.
Obviously here he's just making the point that it is gay to do that. Like I said earlier, LeBron James wears Michael Jordan's number, and it is because of how amazing Michael Jordan was at basketball before him. The point is, you can wear another man's jersey and still be a super high achiever. Because I know everyone making videos talking about all this stuff, and people I know in real life who have talked about how they don't watch sports, they waste time scrolling on reels, gooning, stuff like that, So I don't want to hear, oh, watching sports is a waste of time. You're looking at another man achieve stuff. Look, there's nothing wrong with watching something that's high stakes if you like watching it. I mean, if you watch TV and it's high stakes and has you really engaged, in my opinion, that's kind of the same thing. So, watching sports is completely fine. And I know, which this was my first thought, the first time I ever heard this kind of propaganda, the first person I thought of that watched sports was, let's just say, not the most ambitious person in the world. So at first I thought, oh yeah, that kind of checks out. But after using some critical thinking, I realized there are tons of people way more successful than me. And I guess if anyone tries to dispute this, then, LeBron James. LeBron James pretty much did that to Jordan, and he's more successful than anyone watching this video will ever be ever. So there's always gonna be someone more successful than you that does watch sports, that works harder than you, and wears another man's jersey on their back. All right, let's watch this interview about this same dilemma and see what this girl here has to say about this situation.
I don't believe that men over the age of 25 should ever wear another man's name on their back, a jersey. I think it just screams beta. I can't imagine being a grown man wearing another man's name.
Like, oh my gosh. Anyone who's ever worn a shirt with a band name on it cannot be talking. I don't know if she has, but that's another thing a lot of people do. And you're, I guess, also kind of wearing another man's success or another woman's success plastered all over your shirt. So this is the stupidest thing. And I swear these people who don't like sports are just like me. It's just not interesting to them. And, I'm not going to lie, I feel left out, but I bet they feel left out too. And because they feel left out, they just create this need to suck themselves off and act like they're somehow better than everyone else just for not liking something that the majority of the population does like.
It just says like, I own you and I don't even know you. So
yeah, it means they own you. Oh my gosh, dude. Look, if you go to football games, especially if you're going in person, you kind of want to wear what the crowd wears. A lot of times, especially if it's on the warmer part of the year, that's going to be football jerseys, or I guess baseball jerseys if you're more into baseball, hockey jerseys if you're more into hockey. There's nothing wrong with wearing another man's name on your back in the form of a jersey. My point is, I hate these people because I don't like sports, but I swear every time someone online doesn't like sports, they just turn into the worst person ever. And I have met a few people in person who also think like this, but this is a real problem where people that don't watch sports think they're somehow better than everyone else for not watching sports. I will admit, watching sports is probably a waste of time, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So if you are a big sports fan and you're like die hard and you watch it every Sunday, yeah, you kind of are wasting your time. Unless you're meeting with your friends and doing it, that's a little different. For the most part, yes, you are kind of just wasting your time. But like I said earlier, everyone wastes their time. Everyone scrolls on TikTok, and that's a huge waste of time as well. So is pretty much anything that's not working or having fun with people, I guess. Even watching TV could be a waste of time. And everyone does that sometimes. These people are pushing that wearing another man's jersey on your back could be gay and beta. You know what is actually super gay and beta? Not liking sports at all. Waste your time, watch sports. Honestly, everyone wastes their time. So if you enjoy doing it by watching sports, then that's completely fine. And if you don't watch sports and you think like this, you better be making at least $200,000 a year, be jacked. You're making the rest of us who just find it kind of boring look like idiots. All right, yeah, that's kind of the end of the video. I'm gonna go attempt to watch some sports. Oh my God, this is so boring. I have to turn this off.